Good afternoon, everybody. It is a cloudy and a little bit smoky afternoon here in Pagosa Springs. All our thoughts are we are surrounded a little bit by fires today. We have, of course, Quartz Ridge Fire and Bear Creek Fire. So everybody, fingers crossed that our winds stay fairly calm today so that our fires don't blow up once again. But we thank all our firefighters who are out there working and planning to keep us safe and sound. We have a very busy show for you today and a very fun show, I think. I'd like to think. But let's talk about some events that are coming up before our featured event today. And that is this weekend, the ducks are hitting the river. And I'm not going to say they're going to race down the river this weekend. I'm going to say they're going to meander down the river this weekend, because our river is under 100 CFS. And so moving a little slowly, it's a little lazy, but we will have hundreds of plastic ducks in the river this weekend for the Knights of Columbus annual duck race. I was talking to Kim in our office the other day, and I'm telling you, I've never seen so many people get so excited about plastic ducks floating down the river, but they are, and it's like a horse race. They're cheering on those ducks. But there's so much more to that day than just the duck race. It starts about noon right at the noon hour. And the Knights of Columbus is touting this as a community event. So they are offering free food and beverages that afternoon, starting at noon, to the community: hot dogs, hamburgers, and all the accoutrements. So bring the family out for a really fun day, because there's also going to be live music and line dancing and games and activities for the kids. Of course, it's going to be in Town Park, so it's right along the river. It's just going to be a fun day, as well as you have the opportunity to purchase one of your ducks. Each duck is $10. The first 3 ducks that cross the finish line are automatic winners, but then the rest of the ducks get collected, and they will be placed into a drawing for about another 7 prizes. So the total pot is about $5,000, and that's pretty exciting. So you could win anything from the grand prize of $2,000 down to the 7th place prize, which is about $75. But I'll tell you, that's an electric bill or some groceries. So purchase your duck ticket. It's for a great cause. The Knights of Columbus do a wonderful job in our community and collaborate with so many other organizations, putting their time and effort back into this community in so many ways. So come on out and have a fun day at the community picnic and duck race this coming Saturday in Town Park. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is our raffle is also up and running. Our adventure package raffle is here. I think it's our 4th year. We've moved things around a little bit. So we have our grand prize is this spectacular Kona 130 mountain e-bike. We also have an alpaca raft. It's the Mule series. It's kind of tailored to our hunters and fishermen or fisherwomen who are out there. And it also comes with 2 guided fishing trips in this area. We have 2 packages, which include 5 Wolf Creek ski area passes, as well as a year pass to the Springs Resort. Now, who wouldn't like that? And we have 2 of those packages available, as well as one other prize, which is a $1,000 shopping spree offered by our friends over at the Ski and Bow Rack. So tickets are 1 for $5, 3 for $10, 7 for $20. And they will be available online soon. We're still waiting from the approval from the state of Colorado, but you can purchase your hard copy tickets here at the Chamber of Commerce Monday through Friday from 8 to 4, and we'd be happy to sell you some of those tickets. So don't miss it. We're going to be drawing for this prize not until the old-fashioned Christmas in December, so you'll still be hearing us talk about it for a little bit. So, but you know, you can't win any of those great prizes if you don't buy a ticket. Now, I'm going to switch to some education right now. We've got a couple classes coming up that I think is really important for our business community. We are offering, in conjunction with the Small Business Development Center, we are offering some QuickBooks one-on-one consulting. Now, I'm telling you, this is really an important class. It's not for the novice QuickBook user, but it is for perhaps someone that has some experience with QuickBooks that is looking to maybe clarify reporting or invoicing or inventory or job allocation or any of the more complex, more maybe comprehensive works of QuickBooks. So our August 17th class is already full. So we've created another one-on-one consulting day with Nellie Burns, who is our SBDC consultant and a QuickBooks Pro trainer. And she will be working with people on August 24th. Now, if you are interested in signing up, again, it is a free 1 hour class, and the sign in is through the SBDC, which is up on our screen. Just scroll down to the consulting. If you are new to having any work done with the SBDC, just log on and put your information in, and then sign up for whatever spot is remaining. There are only 4 spots. So this is a really popular class. And let me reiterate that it is free. These are one of the benefits that the Chamber offers to our business community. So take advantage of it. Then on our August 30th, which is a Wednesday, we also have a business tax designation class with attorney Alex Boucher. And Alex is going to be talking about the appropriate tax designation. You know, a lot of single employers or sole proprietors or gig workers, they put their business under an LLC. Is that really the right place and the way you want to handle your business? Some of the larger businesses have a C Corp or an S Corp. Is that the correct designation? And are you filing the correct tax forms that you need to? In addition, are you protecting your personal assets versus your professional assets? These are all questions and things. Yeah, I'm okay. Are you? It's a quick class. It's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this class is free as well. All you need to do is go to the Chamber website, pagosachamber.com, go to our events calendar and click on August 30th and that class. Just register so we know we have enough space in the room, and the class is free. So 4 o'clock on August 30th. So those are some really important classes for our business community. If this class isn't applicable to you, take a look. Maybe one of your friends out there can use this class and pass the word on. And while you have your calendars out, don't forget that we have a fabulous business after hours this month on August 23rd. And it's going to be down south at our friends at the Rocky Mountain Wildlife Park. So we're super excited to be there. Business after hours on August 23rd, down on Highway 84. So we're going to be down there with Dick and Lori and the whole crowd from the Rocky Mountain Wildlife Park. So super fun, and we're very excited. I think I was talking this morning on the radio that I believe there's going to be an event every weekend just about until October. So we have the duck race this weekend, but next weekend we have, I can't believe the popularity of this event. It has just taken on a life of its own in a short about 6 years. It is probably one of the most sought after events. Tickets are already sold out. We have some new personalities involved in the Dancing with the Pagosa Stars this year. So we're very excited to bring our guests on with us today. And so joining us today is, of course, none other than a former star, dancing star, Jason Cox, also co-owner of Riff Raff Brewing, and quite the auction purchaser with, I lost track of lambs and goats. Jason, you'll have to update us, but purchased at the Archuleta County Fair this past weekend. And of course, longtime resident, well-known consultant, Joe Jordan. So thank you, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today. And I think you're gonna, I don't know if you're gonna give the show, I don't know if you can be any classier than Lisa Peters, but we're
No.
going to have a little bit different emceeing personalities. So, how do you feel about being MCs this? Well, first off, we need to say when Dancing with the Pagosa Stars is.
It's August 18th, and the dancers are getting ready. And both Jason and I are super thrilled to be the MCs this year. Jason, would you agree? At least I'm happy about it.
I need somebody to carry me, so I'm really glad you're involved, Joe. And I will say it is on Saturday, August 19th, not the 18th. So
Thank you.
Saturday,
you
August
go.
19th.
Okay,
And
go show up on the right date. As long
Right.
as it's a Saturday, you'll be
yeah,
good.
if you come in a night early, feel free to dance by yourself. And if you can raise the money for the Seeds of Learning, we would love that too. So you do whatever you need to do.
Saturday the 19th.
19th.
Thank
Got
you.
it. So, gentlemen, I think this is a record year for how quickly the tickets sold out. So, I think there's some disappointed people out there. However, there is still a chance for you to donate some money to Seeds of Learning. So let's kind of go through that. First and foremost, we're dancing for Seeds of Learning, and maybe we've got some people that this is the first time on our show or new to our community. Can you give us a brief rundown of what Seeds of Learning actually does here in our community? Either one. I'll flip a coin.
Absolutely. Here we go. Yeah, I'll take this one. So Seeds of Learning is our early child care educational center. It's one of two primarily. It was the only one for a long time. We do have another school called Wings that's doing a fantastic job. But it provides early child care education childhood education, I should say, for kids from 2.5 to 5.5 years old. Really what it does is play-based learning, and it gets kids ready for going to regular school, even homeschooling, but most of the time into the public school system or some of the private alternatives. And the education outcomes are through the roof. Our Seeds of Learning preschool is accredited within the top 10% of preschools in the country. So it's a very prestigious accreditation level. It's not just, hey, we're here babysitting and giving your kids a couple of snacks today. It is flat out curriculum based, and their learning outcomes. So they do an excellent job of getting those kids ready to get into school and then eventually the real world. There's a 20+ year cycle of these kids coming out and being very, very successful members of society after high school and college.
Okay.
For Jason and I, this is an easy one to get excited about. My wife is in education. I'm in education. We know that for young kids, that first experience is so critical to where they go in their lives. And Jason and I got a chance to go visit about a month ago. And the first thing you realize is this is not babysitting. This is not childcare. This is world-class child development. The kids are engaged. The instructors show love and just really guide them through a day that is filled with activity, exploration, development, love. It's incredible to watch in action.
Well, I think one of the probably biggest misnomers is, it's education, it's early child care. They get lots of grants and they get lots of money. So I don't even know why you're doing a fundraiser. So right. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Yeah, every year and a lot of what Seeds targets with childhood development is the tuition cost. Many of the kids that go are not privileged and blessed at a level where they can afford the tuition. So tuition assistance is a major player. When you add up all the total costs for Seeds, there's always typically on an annual basis about $335,000 gap that needs to be filled. And that's really where Dancing with the Pagosa Stars doesn't completely fill that gap, but it sure has in the past 6 years done a remarkable job of taking a pretty good hit at it.
Great. Well, Jason, being a former star, uh,
Yeah.
we have 6 more stars joining us this year. Can you give us the rundown of who that would be?
Absolutely. And I can tell you from personal experience, it is an exhilarating and terrifying experience all at the same time. Not just the night of the event, just the whole thing of trying. I played football. You just hit people really hard and try to run away from the bigger fellas and whatnot. And so there's not a lot of finesse in most of it. There are certain positions, but dancing in front of several hundred people, trying not to drop your partner on her head, for example, and practicing that was definitely an involved process. I worked for about 7 or 8 weeks through over 20 sessions with my coach and dance partner, who is actually going to be coaching again this year. But it was a fulfilling experience. The whole thing around just understanding these coaches and dancers give a lot of themselves. All the dancers, all the stars here are Pagosa folks that we know, and they are in charge of essentially learning these crazy dances. And then in exchange for that, we would like to have you support them through your speaking with your wallet, giving them dollars there. So this year we have 6 dancers in our competition, and I'll just go through real quick and kind of highlight who we have dancing. And we have, and I'm looking at their bios real quick. Let's see here. I won't read the bios too much, but we have Tim Whiteman and Sharina Ramsey. And Tim is a recent transplant from Texas, and he was raised in ranching, so actually played college football too. So he's pretty athletic. We got to see him do his stuff last weekend during our first kind of stumble through the event. And he's going to be a lot of fun. He brings a lot of energy, and recently retired from his corporate world to hang out and live here in beautiful God's country of Pagosa. So we're excited for Tim, and he's really getting involved with the community. Just got here permanently a year ago, August of 22, and he's already just jumped in head first to help out a lot. So he's dancing with Sharina Ramsey Adams, and she's in her 6th year coaching this event. She does other shows like burlesque as well, and she's won the Mirrorball Trophy before with her partner. And
last year, in fact, she won the Mirrorball Trophy.
Defending coaching champion. So she'll be out, but she's wonderful. She was my dance partner when we danced in 2019. And really all I did was kind of stand there, and she jumped around me. And, then I, once in a while, I kind of lifted her up a little bit. So she's fantastic. So that's our first pair. Joe, you want to introduce another of our pairs?
Yeah, absolutely. Up next is there's such a wide variety of dancing that's going to be seen, and just incredible show. Sherry Phillips, who really comes to us from the island. She lived in the Keys for 40 years, and quite a story there. She comes to Pagosa and so supportive in the arts and the Town Arts Council. She is also co-owner of the Liberty Theater, and she is paired up with Nolan. Nolan is from Cortez, Colorado. He's 6th year as a coach. He was actually coach with my wife, Chantel Jordan, last year. And he's actually has the record of the most Mirrorball trophies. We're going to have an incredible show with this couple. It's class act, I'm telling you.
Great. All right. Jason.
Yeah, we've got another couple, and this is a local couple that's going to be a hoot because it's our first time to have this arrangement. We have Josh Butcher, who has been in Pagosa since 2011, and he's been with the Pagosa Fire Protection District beginning as a volunteer in 2014, and in 2019 a full-time career member. And he is also going to be dancing with his beautiful wife, who is a 6-year coach, and whose mother was also a coach the first few years. But Ashley Butcher, same last name as Josh Butcher. Conveniently, they happen to be not brother sister. This isn't somewhere maybe in the Southeast where that thing's acceptable. They are a married couple that met here in Pagosa, and she is his coach. So we're going to see the dynamics of the marital relationship going into a coaching relationship and see how that works. Ashley's been with us a long time with DWTPS, and she's an amazing dancer, has done all kinds of performances around the community. She grew up here, and we're really excited to have those two perform. They have a lovely dance that everyone will, it'll bring a few, it's like a live stream, but a live stream of tears will probably appear as you're watching those two dance together.
All right.
Up
Couple
next,
number 4.
Gustavo Palma, and born and raised local and in Pagosa Springs. What an incredible story. I mean, from working in New York, Puerto Rico, climbing mountains in the Himalayan mountains. This guy's like one of those people that's just done it all. And he's paired up with one of our best coaches, 6-year coach, Kylie Ross. And they have got an incredibly seductive dance that you don't want to miss. It's going to be fun to watch.
Great. All right.
Absolutely.
Couple number 5.
We have really a local celebrity in her own right. She and her husband, in fact, Becky Diedemeyer. So Becky and her husband, Eric, have been involved in the community since 2000, and probably best known for being co-founders of Kip's Grill here in Pagosa. And Becky recently sold last winter, so has a lot more time to do things like learn to dance in this competition. And so Becky, we're excited to have her here, and her husband, of course, is head of ski patrol at Wolf Creek. So they're very involved in the community. Both their children have been through the school as well. So they'll have a very, very personal relevance to what Seeds does and how it handles and helps those kids. And Becky's going to be dancing with a gentleman out of Durango who owns a technology company that repairs our mobile devices like these and others. And as we all know, none of us have ever dropped one of these in our lives, of course, and we have all the protection. But if you ever happen to, hypothetically, he could fix that thing, replace the screen, other components, do all kinds of fun stuff. And he's also a dance coach. So Nash McNichol is going to be over here dancing with Becky. And it's interesting. Becky is, as we know, quite tall and slender and amazingly athletic, and she's taller than Nash, so it's going to be fun to watch her and Nash pair up. They have a fun dance that's just a hoot, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody.
And last but not least,
absolutely last but not least, Jessica Lowe. Everyone, Exit Realty, Shelly Lowe is her mom. Incredibly, we look for people. Dancing with the Pagosa Stars definitely looks at celebrities in the area that have a network, and this is Jessica definitely fills that bill incredibly well. And she is coached by John Gillum, who actually works at Exit Realty as well. Our coaches, most of our coaches are 6-year vets. In the Dancing with the Pagosa Stars, there's definitely a huge competition amongst the dancers, but the coaches as well. This is going to be a dance that's going to be really fun to watch as well. I'm excited. I'll tell you one thing, for all of the dancers, on Sunday we did a walkthrough. They called it a stumble through. It was no stumble through. It was incredible to watch. These dancers have invested so much of their heart and soul and time, and their coaches to be ready for the event, and it really did show. So I think there's going to be it's an incredible show. It's going to be so much fun.
Well, gentlemen, we are running out of time, but there's one thing I do want to cover, and that is, although tickets are sold out, you can help by raising money by voting for these dancers. But there is one big difference here, and that is that you can even vote after the event. So would somebody like to just kind of take us out with that information?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, leading up to the show, please get your votes in for your favorite dancer or dancers. You can apply it equally across. You can vote for one or all 6. And we have a simple voting form. If those of you in the past might recall, it was kind of complex. It's been much simplified, and you can simply go to vote www.dwtps.org. The easy way to remember that, Dancing with the Pagosa Stars, dwtps.org. And when you get there, you'll see a form with each dancer, and you can look at their bio if you go to their page, and you can donate for each of them. And you can charge your credit card right now. Also, on the night of the show, you can vote using online methods like the vote.dwtps.org, or you can do offline with a pledge form or a check or even a credit card on site, and we'll get your information. Afterward, as you mentioned, we usually shut down the voting the morning after. This year, we'll leave it up. It won't affect the results of the show. We have to kind of know those in real time. We're not in the Back to the Future DeLorean yet, so we have to do that, as we're in the show. But afterward, we want you to acknowledge if you didn't have a chance to vote or to contribute. Again, every dollar goes to seeds. The show is entirely underwritten by sponsors, so there's no expenses that are coming out of your dollars that you contribute. So you can vote afterward, and we'll let people know about it. But we look forward to seeing everybody the night of the show. Hopefully you can make it. If you are not one of the lucky ones who got tickets to one of the hottest shows of the year, you can contribute in other ways. And thank you. We all appreciate the support.
Great. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been so informational. It's exciting to see some positive changes. Again, as you mentioned, one of the hottest shows of the year. It is just, and as all our nonprofits are, again, a very worthy cause, but lots of fun. But please don't forget, you too can participate by getting your voting by your wallet. So we'll do that. Well, I'm excited to see you in a couple weeks as MC. So go out there and stumble through again. And thank you so much for joining us this time. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Mary Jo. Great to see you.
You too. Jason,
thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for joining us today. We're a little over time, but I hope you've enjoyed it. It's such a worthy cause, and we just love our shows and the people that join us. So thanks, everybody. Be safe out there as always. Get out there, do a little bit of rain dance. We could use some moisture, but thank you all so much. We'll see you next weekend, or next Wednesday, not weekend, but we'll see you this weekend for the duck race, and we'll see you next Wednesday here on live stream. Thanks so much. Have a great week.